What's going on, guys? With the biggest match of 2025, clearly Levan Saginashvili up against Ermes Gasparini, I wanted to drill in on one specific question that Levan Saginashvili asked on the last podcast that he was on, and really ask ourselves, what does it mean? And what does it mean for Levan's mindset going in? Where does it put the balance of power between these two guys as they approach this match for the number one rank in the world? And ultimately, where does it put confidence values for both men going in? Now, if you haven't already seen it, we've seen some sort of inflammatory sort of comments drawn from the podcast where Levan Saginashvili made comment that Ermes Gasparini may well be using fake weights with some of the lifts that he's doing, and really that Levan doesn't post the lifts that he's doing because he wants Ermes Gasparini to still have a chance. So we see confidence, but is it genuine confidence, or is it just flamboyance for the sake of hyping up a match? Now, truthfully, I don't think that Levan would at all suspect that Ermes Gasparini is using fake weights. We know Ermes Gasparini is strong. They've arm wrestled before. He knows exactly how dangerous Ermes Gasparini is. But there is suggestion in the nature of that statement from Levan that suggests that he isn't able to replicate the apparent lifts that Ermes is doing. We're talking, of course, about the 50 kilos or the 52 kilo riser curl for 20 odd reps that Ermes Gasparini throws around. That's the lift that seems to be head and shoulders above everybody's. And some could say also the 92 kilo single pulley cable curl that Ermes does. Can Levan replicate these? We don't know. He hasn't posted them and he hasn't posted an attempt, but you could drill into that suggestion that maybe he has. But of course, the other half of Levan's statement where he says, I don't post my lifts because I don't want Ermes to be disappointed. I want him to still think that he has a chance. Suggests that Levan's strength is on track. Levan's strength is where he wants it to be going into the match, and says confidence. But you got to keep in mind that this is a poster that was released on the East vs West channel. This may have been trash talk for the sake of trash talk. It may have been a bit of fuel to the fire of the marketing. But what is the truth? What is the truth in respect to the mindset of Levan Saginashvili as he goes into this match? And we get one clue. Later on in the podcast, we get a very significant clue as to the true state of Levan Saginashvili's mindset for this match. And the clue comes in the form of a question he asks. He asks about the need for review cameras on the elbow pads of the tables. Now, normally this would not be a big question to ask. This would not be anything that important. Some promoters have review cameras, some don't. The issue of review cameras themselves is not so interesting, but what is interesting is the reason why. Why does Levan Saginashvili want review cameras on this match in particular, when he hasn't asked for review cameras on any other match before? The answer is that he is concerned that a small elbow foul could change the outcome of the match. Now, previously in East vs West, King of the Table, indiscriminate sort of bobbles that don't play any effect on the match have just been allowed to run. Many promotions are like that. The WAL is like that. Things like ARMWRESTLING are like that. Many others all go down the path of let the match run. Let the match be what it will be. The right man will win. However, organizations like the WAF, organizations like the PAL, they have tend to historically been far more strict where they will call every single micro foul and stop the match. Now, for Levan Saginashvili to want to have cameras reviewing micro fouls, to me says that he is concerned that potentially an Ermes Gasparini hit from the go with a microbe foul that isn't picked up could cost him the match. It means to me that he thinks Ermes is close. He thinks Ermes is a potential just micro foul away from victory over him. So To me, when we now look at the mindset of Levan Saginashvili, I think we are much closer to the truth when we see that he is genuinely concerned about the strength of Ermes Gasparini. It sounds to me like he's expecting to catch the hit of Ermes Gasparini. Sounds to me like he isn't entirely sure he wins this match. If he was, he wouldn't care about whether there was a review camera or not. He wouldn't care whether bobbles were called or not. He would just be of the opinion that he is the stronger man, that he's going to get it done, and nothing can stop him. But the truth is, he is making sure, or at least endeavoring to make sure, that every single detail of this match is done correctly in the way that he wants it done. So we can only assume that he himself is very concerned about the likelihood of him winning this match and retaining the #1 rank. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think. The truth about Levan's confidence going into this match, is it under question, or will the man from Georgia remain king and get the job done?